Cek, cek. Cek.
Cek 1 dicoba. Cek 1 2 dicoba.
pagi teman-teman. Ada yang masih belum ngupload materi untuk presentasi hari ini? Sebenarnya sudah ya. So cek dulu grup 1. Oke. Grup 2. Sudah? Udah upload belum? Udah. Oke, so can you give it to me? Actually, you can send me using WA. My WA is on WhatsApp. In your WhatsApp group. Group 3? Group 3? Sudah. Group 4? Group 5? 6? Have you already upload your presentation? Okay, nice. 7? Udah ya. 8? 8? Sudah? Have you already upload your presentation materials? Okay. 9? Kirim WA aku aja. Group 10? Okay guys, while we are waiting for the other judges, the coffee break is ready. You can grab your coffee and tea and some snacks. Okay. I see many happy faces here. So guys, I call for the representative from Group 8. So I don't receive the presentation from Group 8. Kelompok 8 mungkin ada yang di sini. Ada kelompok 8. Okay, so guys, good morning everyone. Okay, and good morning our friends who join online using Zoom. Good morning everyone, and welcome back to the Summer Course 2024. And today, this is the last day of Summer Course 2024 that we have the agenda to present each group project. Today we have 10 groups. We will present their ideas regarding the scenario. So for those who join us online, you can give comments or questions using chat box, or you can raise your hand and the committee will turn on your microphones. So, and here's the rules, everybody. You have total 10 minutes, 5 minutes for presentations and 5 minutes for question and answer session. So make sure you know all your presentation materials. And I would like to introduce you the judges for today. Actually, we have 4, but now we have 3. First thing first, we have Pak Ahmad Hamim Sadewa, our Vice Dean for Academic and Student Affairs. Thank you so much, Pak Hamim, for coming. And then we have Bu Ariani from Department of Basic and Emergency Nursing. And then we have Bu Dian Caturini from Department of Health Nutrition. Okay, and just for your information, there will be around 7 indicators that we already inform you in your program book. So make sure you know all the indicators to get the prizes. And for today, we will have 3 prizes for 3 breast groups. Okay, so be prepared for everyone. But we will start the group from group 6. Okay, so we will start from group 6. Okay, be prepared, guys. So come forward. All the member of group 6. Okay, group 6. How many is left from group 6? 2 of us, 2 of you. Okay. Gimana, Mbak Mita? Hanya 2 ini nggak apa-apa? Ya, nggak apa, yuk. Oke, group 6. Give applause for group 6. Oke, mereka kayak semangat. Actually, and this is your microphone. And this is your pointer for the next slide. You can press this button and this is for the last one, right? Okay. Mas group 6.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Today we gonna present our project about the food safety movement in village. Gerakan Himanan Pangan Desa. I don't know. Okay. 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 This is our topic is about promoting foodborne illness prevention education in rural Indonesian village. And our group member. And the first one is about problem identification. The first one is lack of education, like uneducated villager regarding sanitation. And the second one is inadequate facilities, like insufficient equipment or product or sanitation. And the third one is geographic location. In insufficient consumption, safe water, less attention from the government, and lack of medical healthcare center. And about our project arrangement, first, volunteer training session. We will give a speaker from National Agency for Drug and Food Control will be given to the volunteers. Like we will do talk show and demonstration of food hygiene, cooking, and storage. And the second is opening speech, like from the head of the village and from the project officer. Pre-test session. The volunteers will hand out recycled paper for the P-test surrounding for foodborne illness. And about SGD is small group discussion. The volunteers make smaller groups like explanation regarding foodborne illness, their factors, and how to prevent them, like hand wash, cooking method, dishwashing, and food storage. And second is the volunteers will initiate a discussion within the small groups. About the demonstration session, the correct way of hand washing. So we will gonna follow the WHO like 6 step. Yes. And the correct way of cooking, example like how many minutes to cook chicken, that maybe some place always eat raw food, so we teach them how to I think eat more safety, yes. And about the dishwashing, like with the use of running clean water and soap, done within a smaller group so people can have the opportunity to try it. And about post-test session, the volunteers will hand out another set of recycled paper for the post-test surrounding explained materials. And the making of clean water source, the volunteer and villager work together to build public sinks. And about closing speech and documentation, we will give it to them. Yeah.
Okay. So good morning to panel of juries and all my fellow summer course participants. So as mentioned by my group mate earlier, so basically our program, it's what we are intending to do is actually a program that is actually not new. It has been implemented by the government of Indonesia, actually, which is in Indonesia. Actually, there is already a similar program which is called the Food Safety Movement in Village, or Gerakan Keamanan Pangan Desa. Okay, I hope my pronunciation is correct. Okay. Okay, thank you. So actually, it's similar to this program, whereby actually the main problem that we identified is food safety issues in rural areas, actually. Okay, so due to geographic disparities and so on, so there is this disparity between rural and urban. So we are actually targeting the rural areas. Okay, and so this is actually it's like a program whereby, like mentioned by my colleague earlier, we will train the trainers first. Volunteers, actually, we're planning to recruit volunteers, and then we'll train the volunteers. And there's actually a national body in Indonesia called the National Agency of Drug and Food Control. So we are planning to actually invite speakers, because they're professional speakers, to actually give training to our volunteers. And then these volunteers will actually go to the field in the rural areas to actually implement this program, whereby we will actually recruit our villagers, and then we'll educate them about food safety issues. So similar, like I mentioned earlier, it's actually a similar program. Okay, so if we see the program that is already in place, okay, so it is actually an effort by the National Agency of Drug and Food Control in Indonesia to overcome food safety issues. And based on the GKPD report, okay, because actually this program has been implemented in Indonesia since 2014. So based on the report from 2014 to 2019, this program has actually been implemented in 33 provinces in Indonesia, which include 810 villages, and have already trained 9,249 village food safety cadres, and also fostered 46,251 village communities. And actually in Yogyakarta itself, this program has also been implemented. And the data actually showed that it's been implemented in 5 districts in Yogyakarta, including 29 villages, and there are 309 village food safety cadres that have been trained. However, we have actually also identified a few strengths and weaknesses. It's actually based on a study by Amalia Rohma et al. In 2020. So there was a study regarding the effectiveness of this program that has been implemented. So the strength that was identified is, of course, it increased the knowledge of the cadres or committees involved, but there were several weaknesses of the program, which include community participation, because there are restrictions to the number of participants that can be join this program. So like I've seen earlier, it's like in Yogyakarta, there's only, like the data from 2014 to 2019, there's only 309 trained personnel, when actually the population is a lot more than that, okay? So this is one of the weakness of that program. And another thing is the food safety practices have not been carried out consistently because the presence of cadres who are less active and also the short exposure to food safety, because it's like the trained personnel are already so limited, and if they are not active, so it's not effective. So that's why we came out with our program, which actually we hope that it can actually kind of improve on that, because with our program, we are planning to involve more community members, and then with reinforced education, hopefully it stays better than like a one-off thing.
Okay, guys, 1 minute left.
Okay, so for the evaluation, SWOT analysis, so the strength of our program will be program guidance from experts, like I said earlier, from the agency. There are interactive sessions, there will be practicals and focus group, small group discussions, and there will be community involvement. The weakness, of course, is resource intensive because we need human resources and also financial resources to carry out our program. And volunteer dependence and follow-up challenges. So the opportunity of our program is to improve public health, because by educating about food safety, we can actually improve the health conditions. And when we improve the health conditions of the people, we can actually reduce healthcare costs and also increase productivity. And then there's scalability, so we can actually adapt this program to other villages in Indonesia, so it's actually scalable. And enhanced collaboration, we can involve NGOs, public and private sectors as well. And for the threats, it's like cultural resistance, environmental factors, and also economic constraints. However, we are planning to involve community leaders, which would help to actually reduce the threat of cultural resistance, and we'll try to tailor the program according to cultural norms. And for environmental factors, we actually plan to due to lack of safe water in villages and so on, so we actually plan to build things, like mentioned by my colleague, my groupmate earlier. And next is for future recommendations, we hope to build, because for our program, due to limited resources, we might start with public things first, but for future, maybe if possible, we can actually build clean water source for each home. And this is a true financial, we can actually get budget, hopefully, from collaboration between public-private sectors. And an improvement on the village storage system, like developing storage facilities. And of course, regular monitoring and evaluation, follow-up visits, and also feedback mechanism to see the effectiveness of our program and ways to improve it. Yeah, that's all from us. Thank you. So these are the references.
Hey, good job. From group 6, thank you so much. So please stay in the stage. Nggak ada panggung juga sih sebenarnya. Okay, now it's time for hearing the short comments from our friends and judges. Maybe from the participants. Is there any comments? Just short comments. Boleh? Tidak ada. Oke, ya biasa sebetulnya ya. Okay, and from our judges, Pak Hamim, please give short comments or questions.
Okay, thank you very much for your very nice presentation.
Thank you.
I think we really appreciate what you discussed about the food security, and it is really a problem in our country, not only in rural area, but even in urban area. We have some problems, even maybe with slightly different, emphasis. Yeah. But overall, so we have, in all countries, we have that problem. So, first, yeah, that's thank you for your very nice presentation. And then, but I have some maybe 2 questions. Yeah, yeah. First, about the characteristic of the community in the villages. It's very important for you and for other people in the village to identify what is the unique characteristic, and this is will lead to how we solve the problems. Because different villages, maybe they have different characters. And the second is how to involve the community. Because you know that we all know that in the villages, the patron, the leader of the village, what we call the kepala desa is very important. Everybody will follow the kepala desa, the patron. If they had the villages, yeah, if they said something and then they will do what the head villages say. Yeah. So how you approach the head of the village to have some problem from the problems until the how to solve the problems. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for the questions. So regarding the first question on different communities with different needs, yes. So actually before we go for this program, we would actually, if possible, we actually do some survey to identify the needs, and also we can look at the like some problems that we face, and through our small group discussions, we one of the activity in our program is small group discussions. So we hope that during the small group discussions we might identify like perceived barriers that the community face, like maybe they have the knowledge but due to some reason they can't implement that. So by maybe we can, our volunteers, since they are trained by experts, so they may be able to offer solutions or possible ways to overcome these perceived barriers by the community. And also because in this small group discussion, we can like, communities can also give their opinion. I mean, community members can also give their opinions. So in this two-way conversation, we might be able to address their needs and barriers better. And for the second question, yes, it's very important about involvement of community leaders. So before we start this program, we would actually like communicate with the community leaders, the village chiefs, yeah. And then because we also need to tailor it according to cultural norms, because maybe different regions have different cultural beliefs, which might affect the acceptance. So for acceptability of our program, we would actually work closely with the community leaders and to plan as well, to plan the event. And if one of the tentative of our program actually involve during the opening ceremony of the program, we would actually give a slot for the village chief to give a welcoming speech like that. So it's like by actively involving the village chief, yeah. So maybe communities will come and attend that program. It's increase the acceptability.
Did you meet him? Did you meet him directly?
Yes, we plan to, like, before we conduct the program, because we will the first thing would be to meet with the village chief to arrange like where to do the program, like in community halls. Yeah, yes. Thank you.
Okay, so because the limitation of time, thank you so much, and once again give applause for Group 6.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, guys. That's such a nice, interesting ideas. And let's move to the Group 7. Okay, Group 7. Who is Group 7? Group 7, ada kelompok 7? Ya, kan nggak mengaku Group 7 ya. Okay, come on guys, Group 7. So I just want to remind you that you have total 10 minutes, and the timer is over there. 5 minutes for a presentation and 5 minutes for a Q&A. So all of the members of Group 7 come forward. All members. Ya, 2 atau semuanya juga boleh sih. Semuanya aja deh. Semuanya aja ya. Ini pointernya buat next yang bawah. Ini laser pointer buat previous yang ini.
Berarti yang next bawah?
Nah, timernya di sana.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. So today we are Group 7. We will present our group discussion before, and it will start with Okay, so this is our group member. And this is today our table content. We will explain about problem identification, project arrangement, implication, and the evaluation, and of course the future recommendation.
Okay, good morning everyone. Today I talk about just problem identification. For this session, according to this presentation title, so I would like to talk about problem identification. In my presentation, I would like to talk about 6 sessions. For the first one, national food security policy, trade and subsidy policy reform, access to agricultural technology. Another one. Food safety system, updated to climate change and food and waste management. Previous, yes. Okay, so first one, this is the national food security policy. So, okay, for the national food security policy, we need to increase food security and reducing hunger in developing country. This means for the product identification is the main issue include malnutrition, food shortage, and that is insufficiency of the food distribution. So the vulnerability of the food supply chain to destruction, so need to be identified. This problem require the true analysis of current food production, distribution, and consumption pattern. This is the product identification about national food security policy. So another one is the trade and subsidy policy reform. Short is a reduced disparity in global food allocation. This means now the inefficiencies and distorting in the market due to the outdated or misaligned traders and subsidy policy can lead to food insecurity. So we need to be identified which policy higher agricultural productivity and trade is crucial. So okay, next one is 3, access to agricultural technology. So this means increase farmer productivity and resilience. So in this farmers, which technology is the best? We need to identify limited access to modern agricultural technology, productivity and sustainability. So we need to identify barriers such as high cost, lack of awareness, and inadequate infrastructure is essential. Next. Okay, the next problem is the food safety system. So for the food safety system, we need to ensure food safety and quality. So ensure food safety from production to consumption is a major challenges. So need to identify gaps in the food safety system, including contamination risk and lack of regulatory enforcement is crucial. So another one is the adaptation to the climate change. For the climate change, we need to reducing the impact of climate change on food production. So climate change poses significant risk of food security by affecting the agricultural productivities and increasing the frequency of extreme weather events. So we need to identify vulnerable areas and crowd is essential. Okay, another finance product identifications and foods and waste management. For the foods and waste management, is the high levels of food waste contribute to food insecurity. So, and then environmental degradation. So they need to identify the source and cause of food waste across the supply chain is crucial. Yes.
Okay, so we have 6 problem identification, and also we plan to arrange the project, and also I will define this in the project implementation. So next slide. Also, the first one is national food security and policy. So basically, we want to gain the increasing local food production with the modern agricultural technologies and sustainable practice, because right now globalization is everywhere, and we thought that every sector in this world, such as agriculture, they need to learn more about technology so they can increase about testing, and also we can engage the young communities to learn more about this one. And the next one, for the trade and subsidy policy reform, we want to promote the fair trade policies and reduce the trade barriers for developing countries such as in Indonesia. Also, we are a developing country, so we want to make the more capacity building to the program. And also the next one is the food safety system that we want to implementation of strict food safety regulation and effective monitoring system. Also in Indonesia, we also have a BPOM that already, it's like something organization that help us to manage the food safety system, and also we can make the young community to get more engaged in this situation. And then the next one is the adaptation to the climate change, is to promote the promotion of environmentally friendly and climate resilient agricultural practice, because right now our world is kind of begin change, and also the climate we cannot predict like the other before. So we want to manage the training and capacity building how to overcome this climate change. And also for the food waste management, also we want to, how can we efficiency in the food waste management practice of all stage in the food supply chain, because we already know that food supply chains has so many roles and every role is impact in other roles. So I think we think that food waste management should begin by the directing the farmer to consumer sales. How? Okay, yeah, okay. For the next one, yeah, for the access to agricultural technology, it providing more financing and microcredit to the farmer, and also from the program evaluation.
The program evaluation is the strength, government commitment, community engagement, technology advancement, and weakness is the resource constraint, policy complexity, capacity building, and opportunity is market opportunities, international collaboration, technology innovation, and the threat is environmental challenge and economic uncertainty and political factor.
Okay, yeah. So, well, actually, time's up. Okay, yeah.
So about the future recommendation, enhance research, allocations and strengthen policy framework and communities empowerment, collaborative partnership and innovation and adoption. So this is our reference that we find data forms, and that's all for our presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good, everyone. So, group 7, thank you so much. Okay, and now I offer to the participants. Is there any questions or comments, guys? Okay, next Bu Ariani. Nanti habis itu Bu Dian nanti.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much, Group 7, for your presentations. I really like your slides. It's so green and fresh. One good point. And you mentioned about adaptation to climate change. That I agree that is very important in, especially in our today's world. And you mentioned one point thing in your slide about adaptation to climate change is about promoting environmentally friendly and climate resilient in agricultural practice, and one of your point is to do diversification. My question is how do diversification can promote this issue? Maybe you can explain to all of us here, what do you mean by diversification first?
I think so. We need to be deployment this strategy. So, for the strategy, according to the strategy, we need to protect the biodiversity. So with it is me engaged with climate scientists and agricultural experts. I think so. I'm not sure. Yes.
All right. Thank you.
We still have a time. Bu Dian, do you want to give comments or questions? Ditunggu sebentar, Bu. Biasanya. Nah.
Good work, everyone. Good effort. I know it's tough to work in a team sometimes. That's probably where my question is leading up to. So collectively, as a group, what was the thought process behind choosing this as your issue and a problem that you would like to conquer as a team? So how did you come up with this as a group collectively? What was the thought process behind it? So it's about sharing your experience about this.
You mean this presentation, how to collect and how to...
From different backgrounds, correct?
Yes.
And you come up with this one problems, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So what was the thought process behind you deciding as a group, so anybody can answer this, to choose this as your priority issue that you like to tackle?
Okay, so thank you, Budia, for the question, and also because from the scenario, we already know that there are a lot of problems, and so we decided to find the most important problems because we already tried to find another article, another database that had the most important thing that we must to do. So we are highlighting the 6 problem identification that we already told before, and we also think that this 6 problem is the most important things to do, and if maybe Samayan can add something. I think it's for me.
Yes, this is main problem is need to be go the sustainable development goal. So nowadays we need to be go through the sustainable development goal. So that's why we present about this why and collect all this sector. I think so. Yes.
Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Once again, give applause for group 7. So, okay, now I invite from group 8. Huh? Okay, and I do not receive your presentations materials. Can you give it to me and send it to WhatsApp? Okay. So actually my number is on your WhatsApp group. Okay, wait guys. It's a quite large file. wait. Udah. Di WA kita guys. Grup 8. Okay, so I wanted to remind you that you only have 5 minutes to present your ideas and 5 minutes for a Q&A. So the time will start when you start speak. Presentasinya, Mas. And that's it.
Hello, my name is Stefan.
So actually, after you turn on the microphone, just wait a second.
My name is Halisa.
We decided to look into technologies within rural farming because it was presented as an issue throughout the case study we received. Some of the major issues that play into the lack of technologies being implemented in rural farms is the farmer profile, so socio-demographic risks such as age, education, gender, willingness to take risk, whether that be financial or physical, and finances, as well as property characteristics, so what's the size of their plot, social relations, supportive institutions and their legal environment, economic factors, as previously stated, technology infrastructure, so how easy is it for them to implement their technology in their farm or receive it, technology availability, do they even have access to it, or the decision support systems, which will help them choose which technologies to implement. Some of the barriers, as previously mentioned, are economical and infrastructural, as well as knowledge, age, and regulatory challenges. Some adoptions that may increase adoption, is perceived usefulness, prosperity, or propensity, facilitating conditions, as in how easy it is to implement, farmer experience with other technologies, and informal sources or personal sources of information.
Next is about project arrangement. For us, we do digital storytelling initiative. For the activity, we're going to create vlogs, and podcasts featuring interview with the farmer who have successfully adopted technology, and we're going to use multimedia platform to highlight the impact of technology on rural farming communities. And the content production, we're going to conduct field interview with the farmer and local to gather story and experience, shoot the videos, take a photograph, and record audio as planned. Edit the videos and photo to create a high-quality, engaging content. And this is the example of implementation in Indonesia. For the first digital farming platform, the introduction of digital farming platform like Egg Village has significant impact rural farming communities in Indonesia. This platform provides farmers with crucial information on weather forecast, market price, and agriculture best practice through SMS and smartphone apps. Next is about smart farming initiative and training and capacity building, agricultural extension service. And the last is e-commerce for agriculture.
So some of the strengths which we found throughout our program is the ability, the use of technology will allow for increased insights into soil, hydrology, climate, and several other necessary informatic points for more production. It also offers smart solutions, improves synergy, enhances the decision-making process for farmers, and provides better access for information. We realize that there is a lot of weakness within the plan because, as we've learned throughout this course, farmers tend to be older here in Indonesia, and it's sort of hard to get younger individuals into the farming industry. And so, as previously mentioned, that is a huge risk for the lack of technology uptake. As well as it's harder to train an individual who has grown up on certain practices, and so introducing new methods that they are not accustomed to is not necessarily advantageous. Some opportunities we see is increased uptake of digital farming techniques, rapid upscaling, more intuitive and smart and synergistic practices within agriculture, and e-commerce, which would connect suppliers directly with consumers. Some future recommendations, especially since the economic challenges were highlighted throughout the case study, would be microloan and microfinancing institutions, which have become very popular within developing countries and loan small amounts of money to individuals. Another thing is for farmers to come together as a collective and potentially start a village saving and loans association, which has been implemented in other areas for financial security and individual sustainability, where the community leads an association that will implement a procedure where individuals pay into a pot of money, and then one individual can apply to basically take out a loan from that pot and then later pay it back. Both of these situations will hopefully increase access and investment into technology in rural farms, and repaying these loans would be feasible as hopefully the technologies that you choose to invest in will increase their efficiency in production and therefore make them more money that they can then pay back the loan. Here are sources, and thank you.
Okay, so guys, give applause for Group 8. And let's hear some short comments or questions from our participant who join online. So guys, actually you can type your comments, at least just good, say, oh, nice. Is there any comments from our friends from online? Mas Heru, Mas Tony? No? Okay. Bu Dian, do you want to give some short comments?
Great presentation, you two. Even though there's only two of you, but you actually presented really well, and you got the idea across very good as well. This is a great idea. So it's to get more farmers to actually produce more food, correct? And I've seen actually in Indonesia, there's a bit of a small but grassroots movement of people like, your age and hopefully my age, just, somewhere in between, where they've sort of abandoned their conventional careers and actually pursue small farming, and which I think is quite promising. My question is, which you haven't really touched on, and I would be really interested to hear from you. So say we get more farmers to actually produce more food, yes, and it can be quite costly, right, for small size farming. How do you meet in the middle whereby the food produced by these farmers might cost more? Because in Indonesia, it's always like cheaper is better. So do you have any ideas, or what could you suggest to sort of meet in the middle, because there might be more farmers producing, but the demand may not be there. So could you suggest something?
That's a good question. Okay. All right. So I think part of what we were thinking about with implementing a way for the producers to have a direct, or suppliers, I guess, have a direct connection to consumers would be that would increase the demand, as in, since you don't have a middle man of distribution, that would bring down costs a little bit, and maybe people would want more of the product of healthier, more nutritious foods coming straight from a farm. But I guess if that didn't help, oh gosh, I might have to get back to you about that. Yeah.
Okay, so I offer to the other participants. Do you have comments, Pak Hamim?
Okay, thank you, Mas Yopi. So just continue what Ms. Dian discussed with you. So, but not about the generation or some gap between old and young generation, but about the use of technology to reduce the cost of the farming. So we don't know that in Indonesia it is applicable or not. But I think in your country you have some best practices on how technology use the cost of farming, and then will reduce the cost and then affordable for our community. So could you please tell us some examples of that technology applied in your country and really reduce the cost of the farming, especially for the products of the farmer? Yeah. Please,
Yeah, I guess within the United States, I'm not too familiar with farming techniques, but from what I've seen as just like I'm driving down the road and like if I've been on like road trips is definitely the use of like irrigation practices are different. Like I haven't seen it as much here, but there are we have these massive like mobile irrigation like sort of sprinkler systems, but they are on top of the crops and they move along the field. We've implemented like many. I don't. This is sort of hard because I've never really gone into like agroscience with it, which is a whole like there. I'm sure there is plenty of technology, but like it's just not something I'm knowledgeable in. But yeah, I know that there are plenty of technologies which are used throughout American agriculture, but most of it's more of to take away from manual labor, so like the use of tractors and attachments and like things which will automatize, anyway, the what would usually be manual, so like picking wheat, making hay bales, stuff like that.
Your friend can add something maybe for the.
Do you want to? Okay.
Okay, so thank you so much from Group A, Group Plus guys. And now we are move to another groups, Group 10. Okay, so I remind you that you only have 5 minutes to present your ideas. And okay, guys, your timer is over here, so make sure you pay attention of the timers, and you will reset. And you only have 5 minutes to present your ideas. Please make sure you deliver your background just for a while and focus on your analysis, especially for SWOT, and then your recommendation, right? Okay, so the pointer you already got, and the time is start now.
Okay, good morning everyone. We are from Group 10 and our topic today is food system. Yes. Here is our member. It consists of me, Zidan, and Apichaya, Indi, also Farha. Oh, from our problem identification, we have 12 problems that we have identified from the case, but we made it into one that is food security, but it cannot be connected with food waste, food safety and quality, and with limited access to agricultural technology.
Yeah, well, we choose food system to solve the problem. A food system compares the interlink of activity and process involved in the production, processing, distribution, consumption, and disposal of food. It concludes the interaction between people, resource, and institution, as well as the socio-economic, cultural, and environmental context within which this activity to takes place.
Yeah, so here's the picture of a sustainable food system, and in order to make a realization of this kind of sustainable food system, we want to propose a solution which will be explained further on the next slide. Yes, so our ideas is to create an Indonesian Food Policy Council, which consists of the steering committee, general membership, and subcommittees or working groups, and also staff or coordinators. And there will also be an advisory committees, community engagement division, funding and resources, and the committee for doing the monitoring and evaluation to create an annual report. So, for example, because in the first slide we were talking about the food waste, our proposal is specifically made for the Food Waste Policy Council. So the council will consisted of experts of many fields like the government representative, farmers, food retailers, food service industry, non-profit organizations, research institutions, public health officials, technology experts, legal advisors, and also the young generations. So this idea is actually taken from the Canada, because in Canada, especially in Ottawa and Toronto, they actually have a youth policy council, which the younger generations are involved in making the policies through advocations by advocating about food security issues through social medias and through teamwork with the non-profit organizations.
So we made project named Gen Z Green, Building a Bright Future. We aim to instill sustainable practices in Gen Z, transforming waste reduction into a lifestyle choice. We will partner with Gen Z influencers, create an online community, establish drop-off points like food waste bank, and simplify waste sorting and promote composting to make recycling convenient, accessible, and impactful. Next. We also inspired by the innovative work of Kertabumi Recycling Center. So Kertabumi Recycling Center, their focus is on empowering millennials to embrace a sustainable lifestyle that prioritize waste reduction. So sustain plan for our project is we hope Kertabumi Recycling Center also provides the education for our participants, to provide education for them, and so we hope we could enhancing skills for our participants.
Okay, so for the SWOT analysis of the Food Policy Council, the strength is, the first is diverse expertise, because the working group would be consist of experts from various fields. They will get a comprehensive understanding of waste management issues. And also because we're directly involving the younger generations, it will benefit greatly because of the youth engagement. And for the weakness, there might be a coordination challenge, because managing a group with diverse expertise and also a large experience gap can be challenging. And also the resource constraints, because the group may face limitations in terms of funding and resources to maintain sustainability. For the opportunities, because we're going to also benefit from the social media, I think it will be able to reach a wider spectrum of audience and create a strong advocacy movement for waste management. And the policy will definitely be influential to the existing regulations that has been made by the government of Indonesia. And for the threats, there might be political resistance, because the political entities or industries could be affected by the new waste management policies that we're going to develop through the council.
And the next SWOT analysis, the number 3, collaborative networks. The group connection with waste management and non-GOs can facilitate the creation of effective and impactful program. And the next weakness, there is time commitment. Both expert and young members may have other commitments that can affect their availability and participation in the working group. And about the opportunities, about sustainable development goals, aligning the group goals with global SDGs can attract support from international organizations and funding bodies. And the last one is threat. There is sustainability of efforts. Ensuring the long-term sustainability of educational and advocacy program can be difficult without continuous funding and support. And this is our reference that we used. That's the future recommendation and the problem identification. That's all for us. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much, Group 10. Give us, guys. Yes. Okay, once again, I offer to our friends which are in online, they have any comments or emoji. Okay. Okay, to another participants which are in offline? No? Just 1 or 2 questions? Okay, Bu Ariani.
Thank you. So thank you for group 10, yeah. I think your presentation is quite comprehensive, especially the SWOT analysis. I really like that. It's very comprehensive, I think. And it's also a good, I think, idea to have a food policy council and involving Gen Z. You mentioned about that a lot. My question is, how do you think, how promising it is, do you think, to involve Gen Z? I don't know. I don't know. I'm assuming, are their willingness is quite high to be involved in this kind of initiative? So what do you think? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question, our esteemed judge. I think it will be very high demand because, as per you know, the Ministry of Education has shifted the curriculum for students in university to curriculum Merdeka, right? And I think it's a great opportunity if we can turn this kind of project into an internship program, which can be converted into CSU or credit semester unit. And I think a lot of people from different backgrounds, especially younger Gen Z, which is university student like us, would apply to the program and showing their interest in developing the projects.
Cool, great, thank you.
Yeah, Dian, silakan.
Very impressive, you guys, because waste is always an afterthought. It's never the priority. So I really appreciate and applaud you for choosing that as your priority issue. We know that we're in a crisis when it comes to waste. Are you from Jogja? Some of you are from Jogja. And you've seen around, garbage is everywhere. So waste is absolutely a priority. And as I said, it's always an afterthought. Just following up to the previous judge's comment, what would be the first thing that you would think be the tipping point where our society start thinking as waste as also something that is important and priority? Because I think now our mindset is still thinking that waste is not an issue. You're highlighting it otherwise, and I agree, and I think this is where we should be heading, but the reality, that's not it. So how do you put this as a forefront that everybody can actually be together and be, in one go in addressing waste issues?
Okay, I think I agree with you because people nowadays think of waste as not really important problems because of the damage that is being caused is actually long term and it's not be seen right away. And because of that, they think that, oh no, it's okay if I just put down a lot of waste because they can't see the damage directly. Because I came from the background of health, I think the education that I will do to the younger generations is about the future health damage that will caused by the waste. Like what kind of disease that you will develop if you don't do waste management properly.
As a technology food expert, we suggest to use or eat your food clearly because there is not more food that can be produced from our global because of global warming and the climate change and something else in the world. So we need to finish our meal. So we need to habiskan makanan kita. So we respect our food and we respect our planet. That's okay.
Okay, so thank you so much.
Okay.
Is there anything left? Oh, Pak Hamim, silakan.
Sorry, just a short question about the model you used in this project. So it is applicable for all communities, or there are some specific module or specific activities could be, did in some area, but not in other area?
I think the organizations that we set on as an example is quite diverse in the program. I scroll their social media and they have many programs specified through the audience that why they want to educate from their ages. For example, they also educate kindergarten students by creating an outbound concept where they thought about waste management along the outbound process. So they made sure that it would be a fun learning program.
Okay, thank you so much. Group 10. Yes. Okay, so you may back to your seats. And now we are going to the previous group, group 9. So maybe all the group members. And actually, for those who already present your presentation, actually you can grab some snacks or some coffee, guys. Okay, once again, you only have 5 minutes to present your ideas, so make sure just give the short information regarding your backgrounds and focus on your ideas, SWOT, and your recommendations. Your time starts now.
Okay, good morning everyone. We are from Group 9, and today our project is proposed policy for farming business entity, Labo Daya Thani. Yeah, and next slide, please. Okay, and this is our group member. I am Tanan Chapon, Andrea and Thor, and Ale, Nadim, and Alafa. Let's start with our problems. There are 5 problems, like global inequality in food distributions, food safety and equality challenge, environmental sustainability and resource management, financial constraint and lack of access to technology for farmers, and rising food price and economic barriers. And these are related to food insecurity. And individual farmers are vulnerable to various problems such as economic stability, use of agricultural technology, supply chains, fertilizer availability, and other conditions that can disrupt the agricultural production process.
So we arranged a program that called the Labo Daya Tani from Sanskrit that means the resurgence of agricultural profit. Its aim is a farming business entity policy that aims to transform the agricultural sector by creating village-based business entities that collectively own the land and provide farmers with salaries. This model integrates the sustainable practice, modern technology, and a comprehensive support system to enhance productivity, reduce waste, and ensure food security by empowering young generation as part of business management system. So the basic idea is why the farmers cannot get a stable monthly salary, because sometimes when they have to send their children to go to the college or to go to have an education, maybe they have to sell their farmland. So it is the starting of a problem for the farmers. So the core value of this program is inclusivity, innovation, collaboration, resilience, transparency, equity, and empowerment. The business model of this program, the first one is formation of the business entity, and the second one is land management and ownership. In this business model, we give the monthly salary for the farmers, and also we give the incentive for them who can reach the target that have been given by the entities. And then integrated support system, technology and innovation, market access and value addition, sustainability practice, waste reduction and management, and also community and consumer engagement. So this program actually have been implemented in several countries before with different models. The Mozavim and Kibbutzim in Israel, the collective farming and land reforms in China, farmers' producer organization in India, agricultural cooperative in Denmark, and smallholder cooperative in Kenya. Based on our literature review and analysis, we conduct a program implementation process with 5 steps. The first one is initiation and planning, with the feasibility study and need assessment conduct and stakeholder engagement, and also form the project planning committee. And when we achieve this step, we design and develop the organizational structure, land consolidation plan, financial model, and policy development. To implement, we need the legal formation, land acquisition, staff recruitment and training, and also infrastructure development. So with proper staff and trained staff and also advanced infrastructure, it will help these entities to operate. For the operationalization, the farms will be start to operate, and then they will have their own business model that have been explained before. And to improve and to get the sustainability of the program, we need to get the monitoring and evaluation, and also we need the market distribution. As the entities, they need an expansion plans, continuous improvement, and sustainability initiatives. This is our strength, weakness, and opportunity, and also threats analysis. For the strengths, we increase the market access and also financial stability for the farmers, improve productivity and efficiency, enhance food safety and quality, and also the sustainable practice of this program. The weakness is the initial setup challenge, such as the money to start the business, and also management and governance, and the financial risk. For the opportunity, we need the economic development, the technological advancement, and also sustainability initiative, and governmental and NGO support. But the threat that we can have is the market volatility, environmental risk, social and cultural business barriers, policy and regulatory change. So based on our analysis, the future recommendation in Indonesia, we call it as a koperasi tani, or farmers cooperative that could be more organized in handling its members. For example, giving them the fixed salary, because nowadays the cooperative farmers is having an obstacle to get a cheap fertilizers. And also farmers cooperative needs to rebrand to be a cooperative-like, and fixed salary for farmers provided by the corporation, so the farmers don't need to worry about their month's salary or their income. And the last one is opening the company to collaboration with ecotourism providers of technology and another sectors. That's all from our group. Think globally, act locally. Thank you.
Asik. Think globally, act locally. Okay, so I offer to our participant who join online. Do you have any short question, guys? Please. Oke, dari teman-teman yang ada di sini mungkin bisa ada komentar, tanggapan mungkin silakan. No? Oke, Pak Hamim, monggo.
Okay, thank you again, Mas Yopi, for the opportunity. So for Group 9, thank you very much for your excellent presentation, and also introduce us about Labo Daya Tani. Yeah, that's I think very excellent program, have been implemented in many countries, and I think there are many success story in the Labo Daya Tani. You have met the community. You have discussed with many people, with the head of the village, with the farmer, with many peoples in the villages. So in your opinion, what is the most important obstacle or the problems you will face when you want to implement Labo Daya Tani in our community? So please, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Hamim. So when we go to the Semberembe village, it is an ecotourism village that implement Mina Padi. So I asked one of the farmers there, it called Pak Gunawan or Gunadi, I forgot. Yes, and then the farmer said that the land itself is owned by Pak Franz as the main owners of the land of the farmers village. The main problem is when the land is owned by one person, the decision making of this of any problem or any policies is taken by one person only. So it is hard to give some advice or other ideas for the success of the program itself in the Sembrembe. But hopefully, if the leaders have a bright or good vision for the programs, then the program will go to a success story. But when the leaders are not have any ideas or just running the business as usual without any innovation and research and development, the business will run without any further success story. So maybe the obstacle to implement this program also in the village is how their vision about the farming activity in their village, and also how open the farmers with the new innovation itself, because they have to rent or they have to give their land into the corporation, but they also becoming part of this corporation also.
Additional comments from Dian atau Bu Ariani?
I'm happy to give. Great presentation. I was hoping to hear everybody to speak. Maybe you can answer some of the question as well. But great effort. It sounds very picture perfect. You know, with this solution, this will happen, right? So I guess what I would like to clarify is who will be the main driver to implement this program? That's my first question, if you have time. I would also like to ask you, what is the priority problems you want to address? Because I think you mentioned about using fertilizers where, well, some of your colleagues and friends actually talked about improving biodiversity, right? So here you're helping farmers to make sure they can afford it, but what about the land use? So I guess, you know, as a group, what was your priority issue you want to address? So that's my second question. The first one was about the main driver to implement this program. Thank you.
So for the, thank you for the questions from the judges. So for the first questions, the main driver of our idea is that we will involve the Ministry of the Agriculture, and then we try to implement this program also to the farmers cooperatives, because at the future recommendations that we say that we want to try to implement it in the farmers cooperatives, because maybe most of the farmers already joined the farmers cooperatives, and we will try to implement it whether it will running or not. And then after that we will try to maybe make an evaluation about that. And for the second question, it's about the I think we focus on making the farmers' quality of life better. So we try to provide the cheap fertilizers. So we providing them the best equipment for their work, so they can achieve more quality and quantities in their salary. And after that, maybe they can flourish in their quality of life. They can be a better, can live a better life also by they have a good salary, and also they can achieve good achievement also in their work like that.
Maybe I can elaborate more. So the basically is farmers is crucial, or they are fragile to the like climate change. They can fail to harvest their crops, and also so the basic problem that we identified is the farmers itself is they don't have a strong ability to tackle the barrier itself. So we create a supporting system to make them have a better future.
Thank you so much, Group 9. So you may back to your seats. And now we are moving to the groups. Which group? One. Okay. Group 1. Okay, once again, you only have 5 minutes to present your ideas, and the time is start when you start speaking. The time starts now.
Imagine a world where the food on your plate is not only delicious and nutritious, but also grown in a way that actually protect our planet for the future generations. Ladies and gentlemen, we from Group 1 will explore how sustainable agricultural practices can make this vision into a reality.
Okay, so everyone, let's see from what we have seen from our surroundings and from what we have learned from the past few days. We have learned that there's a very complex problem in the food system, especially in Indonesia itself. Starting from the farmers where they lack financial resources, and also it continues to the food wasted about 1/3 in the whole world. And lastly is that the increasing food prices and a poor food safety and food quality in the processing. And it all resulted in the number of undernourished people in the world, with accumulated about like more than 700 million people. And in Indonesia itself, it about like 23.9 million people who are in a food crisis. So what our government do in this situation? One of the things that they do to tackle is the current policy, the infamous policy 1 is the food estate, which is proposed by the Ministry of Defense, with the main program is for a food security. But it has a very good objective, but in the practice itself, the program was not meeting the very main purposes of objectives of itself. So we did a little evaluation from what we have seen on the news and also the pictures there. The main problem is that they lack preparations and also coordination with the relevant stakeholders. They also have this unsupported soil with less research, and there's also these financial and economical issues. And the lastly is the infrastructure and technological issues. So we, as the Group 1, we propose some new policy to promote sustainable agricultural practices with the main objective to increase food production sustainably to meet growing global demand without depleting resources. So what is our policy about?
So as mentioned by Isna just now, we're actually having a proposed policy scenario to promote the sustainable agricultural practices. So these are the 3 things that we would like to emphasize on this policy. The first one is actually the smallholder farmers. So we know that this group actually have a direct management to the agricultural land, and their deep connection towards the local ecosystem and also the communities. So by providing financial support, resources, and also training, we believe that these can actually enhance the productivity and also the biodiversity of the ecosystem itself. The second one is actually agroecological practices. So we encourage the adoption of the agroecological farming practices, in which it also can bring the same goals, in which to enhance the biodiversity and also ecosystem itself. So last but not least, for this policy is actually for the R&D, in which we invest more on the research technologies and also farming practices. For example, like to have some sort of drought resistant crop and also precision farming techniques. So next, I'll pass to.
Okay, next is the short analysis of this policy. The first is the strength. We emphasize in the utilization of indigenous food, but we not only focus on the production sector, but also pay attention to the distribution and the consumption sector. And by doing that, we have a great opportunity in increasing sustainable food production, increasing access of food by the community, and lowering food waste in the community. However, it does have several weaknesses, which are infrastructure challenge and financial constraint. That is why we need the support from the government and the private companies in terms of funding and facilities in order to make sure that this policy can continue in the future. And not least but not last, is the threat. There are several threats in this policy, which are climate change due to global warming, as well as policy instability and political issues. Rush and baseless policy caused by these two, policy instability and political issues, can result in unfitting policy in the society. That is why we need further strategic and cautious planning and program management.
Okay, so who do we actually need to make this policy a success? So first, the farmers, of course, who are involved in production. So we would want the farmers to use technology to optimize crop production. And they need to collaborate with, for example, scholars, people from the universities to promote advanced farming practices and monitoring. And of course, the government should be involved in improving the policy, and that should involve various ministries and the perspective of the stakeholders. And the government should provide funds and the facilities to support this policy. We also would want to involve healthcare professionals to include nutrition education in the medical curricula, but also so that the doctors improve knowledge on indigenous foods and regional preferences so that they can give better advice to patients on diet. And the scholars should, of course, be involved in research to innovate new farming techniques and to provide data for the policy. And we might want to involve the private sector because they might have more resources, funding, facilities, professionals than the government does. So in conclusion, the food system in Indonesia needs a big change, and attempts in the past have not always been successful, such as the food estate, but we could improve this by using sustainable agricultural practices, which involves the parties that I just mentioned. And once these regulations are made, they need to be supervised, and we need to be continue to be active so that they can have a lasting effect. And that was it. Thank you.
Okay, that's good. Good one. So let's hear comments, Bu Ariani.
All right. Very smart and clear presentation. I really like it. Congratulations, Group 1. So my question is, and you identified all of the problem issues, and you started with data, which is very important. And then you even identify what are the strength and the failure of the current government doing right now. And you came out with, I think, good initiative or idea. And my question is, who do you think should lead these initiatives?
Okay, so from what we think that could be the lead is that the government, as like the one who made our policy, is the best one to come up as the lead. But they also need to choose someone with a very good background, especially in the agricultural sectors, because it really involves the agricultural practices. So I think that's what we thought, that the government needs to point our leader as someone who had a very nice and also had on-hand experience with the agricultural practices.
If I can add something, actually, of course, we have a lot of policies that actually have been created in order to enhance the food production itself. But of course, we are mentioning that the government should play their role as the main role in order to get the successful outcome. But we have seen there are lots of policies that have no such what we want for the outcome itself. So actually, it drives towards all the parties to involve together and also and take it as serious as they can in order to achieve what we want at the end of the day. So yeah.
Okay, it's okay, Mas Yopi? Okay, thank you, Mas Yopi. So, yeah, very interesting and I think very stimulating presentation because yes, the system in our country still need to be improved, yeah, to fulfill the food security and also how to make sure that the next generation will survive in the term of food. So, but as a health, as a health profession or maybe related with the health system, So what is your suggestions? Or what should the health system improve to together with other sector, they support this to improve the poor system of food in Indonesia. Yeah. Okay.
So thank you for your question. If I'm understanding correctly, you're asking what healthcare professionals should do within this policy. So I think it should start very early on. So within the medical curriculum, so starting from university students, I think we need more education in nutrition, especially indigenous foods. I think a lot of us are not familiar with indigenous foods, local preferences, but we did learn something from the field days we had. And I think doctors also need to take into account more which kinds of foods patients have access to. So you might say, oh, you should eat oatmeal because it's high in fiber, but do Indonesians like that generally? No. Is it affordable for a lot of people? No. So I think we need more knowledge. I would say I think there needs to be conferences from different involving different specialists to improve knowledge on food preferences and indigenous food access, actually.
If I may add a little bit, from the nutritionist background, even if the production is overlooked, it doesn't affect anything if the market doesn't want it. So we in short term, we will kind of socialize and educating the society of what they really need. And the most important part is how they actually produce food from the indigenous food. The short term is brainwashing them that this is what they need. And if you just give it a try just one time, I'm sure that you will love it.
Just a closing question, just to follow up with the first judge question as well, and that was actually already something I noted down. You mentioned that the driver or the lead would be the Ministry of Agriculture. I think that's what you said, and I think that's how you presented this as well. Why do you think the Indonesian government is not already doing this?
Okay, maybe I can start first a little bit.
Yeah, actually, like from what we have known also from like how this food estate is being done, they also work together with the Ministry of Agriculture. But right now, as we have seen, like the result of it, there's like a lack of coordination between each ministry, and also a lack of, especially on the soil conditions, it's very different from the crops that is being planted. So I think that's one of the example of the lack of coordination, and I think that's why we need Ministry of Agriculture to do more part, and also can be the lead with a very good background. And said anyone sweat?
Yeah, perhaps maybe I can rephrase again, in which actually they are not meeting the objective that they want at the initial implementing of the policies. For example, like as what we presented before, the food estate itself, based on my understanding and also my reading, from the implementation itself, they somewhat underlook or neglecting some of the scientific principles that need to be done in developing the food estate itself. So yeah.
You still think the solution should still from top to bottom? Is that correct?
Okay, sorry. Still, from the very beginning, we need planning. We need data. We need to hear what the community want. We need to hear what the experts say. But in Indonesia, different president, different policy, it never really maintain and improve the policy which has been made. It never, because of the political issues and gimmick from the president. I think that is one of the biggest challenge that we face nowadays.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, so thank you so much, Group 1. So you can enjoy your coffee and your drinks and some snacks. Okay, let's move to Group 2. Oke, kelompok 2 silakan. So all the members.
Tes. Okay. Right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning to the honorable judges and also the participants here. So we are from Group 2 and we will present our discussion today. So our group team members are Nura Aulia and Meira and Zia, Diva, Rido, Arin, and also Saja. Okay, so as we know that Indonesia is a nation rich in cultural heritage and biodiversity, but is facing a paradox. On one hand, we are blessed with fertile lands that produce an abundance of food. On the other hand, we are witnessing an alarm rate of food waste. So our discussion today will be about the food waste. Why we choose this topic? Because in Indonesia, this is the top in Southeast Asia. Based on UNEP 2021, and also the most wasted is carbohydrates based on Ministry in 2021, and also the largest sources is from the household. And for example, like in Surabaya, 77 kg, it's 77 kg per capita per year that can produce food waste from in Surabaya. And also food waste can attribute to 41.6% of total waste in the country, which can lead to around 25 million people that we can feed from the food waste if we save the food itself. It's around 9% of the population. So we have two projects here. The first one is to prevent the food waste using the Eat Smart, Save Smart campaign. And the second one is to handle food waste, which the name is Waste to Wealth initiative. So first one is Eat Smart, Save Smart campaign. The objective is to educate the community on reducing food waste through mindful purchasing, storing, and also consuming practices. There are 4 points in this project. The first one is we will have the workshop and seminars that can conduct the educational session with meal planning, proper food storage, and creative cooking to use leftovers. And also we will have the community gardens that can establish a community garden where people can grow their own food, learn about sustainable agriculture, and also understand the value of food itself. And also we will have the awareness campaign that we launch in a social media to reduce the food waste, the successful stories, and also the challenges to engage the community. And the last one from this project, that we can have a food sharing network, or it's kind of a food bank that we will create the platforms such as application or a community board that can share the excess food with neighbors, reducing waste, and also fostering community spirit. And the second one is to handle the food waste that already. It's a Waste to Wealth initiative. This is the objective is to transform food waste into valuable resources like compost or bioenergy, and also promoting the sustainability. There are 4 main points also. The first one, that we will have the composting workshop that can teach the community to how to do compost food scraps at home or in community composting sites. And the second one is like a biogas production. And this is to set up biogas plants that convert food waste into the energy that we can use. And also food waste collection, or I mentioned before that food bank, that we can organize regular food waste collection drive for composting and biogas production. And the last one is educational programs that we can collaborate with the schools or maybe the universities that manage the education into the curriculum. So we have the strategies to increase the willingness of the young generation to involve to this program. There are a few points that we can do. First one is to have a youth leadership program. And the second one is to collaborate with the school and universities, and also so for the first one, the young leadership programs, that we can establish youth ambassador programs to lead food waste prevention and handling initiative. And we will have the we will offer the leadership and project management training to young volunteers. And the second one is collaboration with schools and universities. They partner with educational institutions to create food waste clubs and integrate relevant project into the curriculum. That mentioned with Group 10 before about the curriculum that involve the food waste inside. And then also volunteering and internship opportunities. This is to provide project planning, execution, and evaluation that involve the young generation inside. And also engagement through social media. It's like a campaign in Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. And also we can collaborate with young influencers to spread awareness and encourage the participation. And also we'll have the hackathons and innovation challenges. That can brainstorm and develop technology-based solution, and also community events and festival we can promote there and partnership with young and organization. So I'll pass to, and also this project can support with the SDG also. Number 2, zero hunger, that can distribute and redistribute surplus food. And number 12, responsible consumption and production that can manufacturing and supply chain levels. And the last one is climate action, that we can reduce the greenhouse gas emission.
Okay, since the time is very little, I'm just gonna speed up the presentation. So this is a really good example or really good implementation of our program, but this is more to the food redistribution, food distribution, and food storage. So this is Aksata Pangan in Medan. They are located in Medan, and they already save thousands of food and distribute thousands of foods to the people their needs. So this is their program: Food Stamps, Food Heroes, Food Pantry, Food Drive. They basically just restore or save the food waste from people, from the restaurants, from the community, and they distribute it. They reprocess it to very useful, and they also have a food bank also that they give it the food waste to the market farm. Okay, next. Yeah. Okay, this is the impact of the program. They already 100,000 food distributed, 32,000 food saved, and more than 10 or 14th district in Medan is covered already.
Okay, guys, we have short time.
Okay, we already analyzed SBOT from this range. The program have holistic approach, community engagement, multiple channel of education, and sustainability focus. For the weakness, they have resource dependence and may not be accessible to everyone due to scheduling conflict, transportation issue, or language barriers, and they have a limited scope and biogas space dependence. For opportunity, they collaborate with many environmental organization, and this is one of successful program, can be a model for replication in other community, and they have data collection and impact measurement to demonstrate success and attract further support, and they have technological advancement to optimize food storage and usage. For the threat, the community member might have limited time or interest in participating, and they have economic downturn, and some company might disagree with this program because they can affect to their business model, and they have sustainability skepticism, like misconception or lack of awareness about the environmental impact of food waste.
If we talk about future recommendation, so the first one is expanding the community awareness programs to develop the comprehensive educational campaign targeted at different community segments, including school, household, and the business. And enhancing the collaboration and partnership with the supermarket, restaurant, and the food producers to create a food redistribution network. And the third one is policy advocacy and support. We advocate for the implementation of policies and regulations that promote the food waste reduction, such as tax incentive for the business donating surplus food and the penalties for the excessive food wastage. Scaling up the successful initiative, identifying and scaling up the successful food waste reduction model and initiative from the other regions or the countries. monitoring and evaluating to improve this program, implementing a robust system and collecting and analyzing the data on the food waste is very necessary. This data will help to monitor the progress, identify the trends, and make the data-driven decision for the future inventions.
Okay.
So these are the few recommendations for the future that can be implemented and improved. Yeah.
Okay, so that's nice. Thank you so much, Group 2. Okay, we have a short time. Bu Dian or Bu Ariani, Pak Hamim. Pak Hamim, monggo silakan.
So thank you very much again, yeah, for the very interesting presentation about the food waste. I think in Indonesia we have many factors, yeah, education maybe some other behavior, but how about the culture? So do you have any how to say information or maybe some evaluation about the impact of some cultural or habit of Indonesian people in related with the food waste and how to solve that problem?
Okay, I will try to answer the question. Thank you for the question. So based on my reading, actually I'm not really sure about the culture that can impact the food waste, but I read some journal in Brazil that they have they do research there, and there is no impact between the factors with the food waste itself. For example, like in Brazil, there's no correlation within the income, low income, or maybe high income people with the food waste itself. So based on my opinion, I think there's no problem that related with the culture itself. Yeah. Anyone want to add? I think that's all.
Just a brief one. I just like to comment you that your solution seems to be there's a lot of financial incentives about it, which I think I appreciate that you touch on it. So is there any health economist on the team or something? Because things like, I'm not sure if you realize this, but things like giving incentives on the youth about gaining leadership skills. So it might not be monetized, but it's a skill. So I applaud you to say that. And then even how to manage the waste and making money out of some of the waste that they do. So I appreciate you guys to bringing that up as part of your solution because I think that's important. So I think that's all.
Thank you for the comment.
Thank you so much for Gucci. Yeah, okay, give applause. Yes. Okay, now we are going to the group 3. Where is group 3? Group 3, okay. Okay, guys, I would like to remind you again, you only have 5 minutes to present your works. And just put all sorts of information regarding your background and focus on your solutions, evaluation things, and recommendations, right? And your timer is over here. Okay, your time starts now.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, so we are from Group 3 and the topic of our presentation today is breaking barriers, ensuring resilience and equity in the food supply chain. So, how do I? All right, so first of all, we would like to identify the issue, and from the case study that was given to us, 690 million people are undernourished. And why is this possible? Socioeconomic factors, food security, food system, food safety, agriculture, and many other factors are definitely the cause of this. Now the thing is, these are correlated to one another, starting to how undernourished people usually have less or limited variety food of food that are nutrient poor diets, or they have low awareness. And then it goes also to when they have low economy. This is because there are rising of food prices, and then we go back to before that food prices change? Agriculture. When agriculture demand is higher and then the request and the demand is higher, everything goes up. And then it goes back to how people are undernourished. Now let me re-explain again the food supply chain. We've been talking about the food supply chain since day one of this summer course. Suppliers, manufacturer, distribution, retailer, consumers. This is the whole flow of the food supply chain, and everyone plays a part, including every single one of us in this room. Most of us categorize as consumers, but what about the suppliers? What about the manufacturers? How do these aspects play a part in the food supply chain? Going back to the issues that I mentioned just now, if I pinpoint these issues and I insert it into the whole food supply chain, there are always issues in every part of the aspect, and this is a massive issue. So, what I would like to emphasize is that everyone has to play a part into improving the whole food supply chain to ensure that the issue of undernourishment is manageable and decreasing in the coming days, as we would like to have the SDG come true. So I would like to emphasize on our plan that we would like to implement, which is called One Health. So One Health is actually a multidisciplinary approach where we focus on humans, animals in terms of their health, and also the environment. So I would be a little bit selfish to say that we want to focus only on one aspect, because honestly, everybody in this aspect could be a culprit. So we can't only focus on farmers, we can't only focus on manufacturers and so forth, but everyone has to play a part. So One Health focuses on different types of aspects, and this is organized or conducted by different types of parties as well: government organization, NGOs, private sectors, and everyone can participate. And meaning by everyone is that community plays a big part. So community development is one of the most assuring start on how to improve this issue. And we could do a lot by program implementations into the village, educating them especially. And so I would like to pass to Mia to explain more about that.
And we will do our approach by community development. The first thing we will do is pre-assessment to know how well the community know about like technology and education that we will give to them. And after that, we will do our intervention. It's kind of like workshop or seminar, and not stop here. We also look forward for regular feedback, like once for 2 months. It's called follow up, and the last one is evaluation. We will evaluate the program based on the community improvement, and then. Actually, there was past implementation. The first one is by VSF, is non-governmental organization. This organization had conducted about workshop focused on One Health implementation and highlighted on collaborative approach to address food security. And there are also the one journal that highlighted about the implementation of food security policies, such as improving irrigation technologies and providing seed, superior seed to address the food security also. And the last one is there are also Kumbang Kenyang. It is like community development of Cimsa UGM and collaborate with the Melbourne University and Capella Foundation, which aim to provide improving public awareness to nutrition or stunting and food security. And
so this is part of our analysis, the SWOT. We, of course, with every single plan, there's of course strength, weaknesses, opportunity, and threats. Of course, this goes into different types of level, from the participants itself, from the government, from the managers, and so forth. We won't go into detail into this, but to conclude this, so the integrity of our food chain, from farmers to consumers, from farm to fork, determines the resilience and safety of our food system. Every single intervention, regardless the ones that are mentioned by our previous teammates, previous groups, and so forth, needs to be sustainable for every aspect of the food supply chain and not only focusing on one. So if you scan the QR code, that's where our references are, and that's about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Nice. Group 3, right? Okay. So kumbang kenyang, Bu Ariani. Bu Dian atau Bu Ariani? Cinta, monggo silahkan. Derek, Bu Ariani atau Bu Dian? Iya. Yeah.
Great presentation. So looking at what you presented, are most of you nutrition students or two of you?
Nutrition, another member is nutrition,
Well,
health.
You have a very strong leadership then. You get your group to actually follow your lead. So I guess that would be my question. How is everyone on the same board with this as a priority issue that you like to highlight and share it with us today?
So actually, we revert back to the case study. The first highlighted issue in the case study was undernourished people, so that really caught my eye. And when we list down every single thing, to me, it's an endless cycle, a vicious cycle that is endless. And it's hard to break the chain into one another, but going to the implementation that we put, it's actually more to a multidisciplinary approach where we emphasize more on community development. And that was our goal. That was the main reason why we chose One Health as our implementation, not necessarily on the nutritional part. Coincidentally, because I'm from a nutrition background, so I emphasize more on that. But One Health actually emphasizes more on the multidisciplinary factors and where we have to emphasize the importance of each necessity of those backgrounds. So I hope that answers your question.
All right, and I agree with Bu Dian about the leadership. I can see it very clear here. Hannah, right?
Yes.
Yeah. She has her twin because here, and Honey. No, it's just the name twins things. All right. So One Health. Do you ever heard? Because before in our previous summer course, we also brought up that issues about One Health, right? So can you explain more about One Health here, what you mean by One Health?
So since I'm a medical student, this is I'm learning about One Health right now. This is my black. I just got the exam on that. So One Health itself is a integrated and unifying approach that aims to sustainably balance and optimize the health of people, animal, and ecosystem. And since I have the background on GIMSA, that's why I think Kumbang Kenyang is one of the good examples of how we can empower the community through a sustainable project. So we're not only giving them something, but we also assist them into doing something that could improve their livelihood.
Thank you so much, Group 3. Good job. Next, we are moving to Group, if I'm not mistaken, Group 4, right? Tanganmu ngopo ya, Dek? Oh, cetek. So, siap. Oh, mau kayak slide sendiri? Oke, siap. Saya, bentar. So, guys, Group 3, where is the pointer? Oh, di depan, oke. You can go to your positions. Try to press the button. Over here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, just press the. Okay, you only have 5 minutes, guys, and your time starts now.
So, with the rapid growth of the global population, food security is become more crucial than ever, and raising awareness about these issues is essential to ensure everyone has access to the nutritious food. Our group come with solution called Gandeng Lima. So Gandeng is basically Japanese word, means connected, and Lima stands for the 5 sectors we highlight on this policy. These programs, aiming food security and sustainability as the main or prior goals, we basically set the same perspective and comprehensive or understanding among these contributor sectors. So the first sector is the government. The government play a crucial role because they have access to the formation, implementation, and monitoring of these policies. Gandeng Lima should be initiated by the government to encourage other sectors to share the same perspective and goals. There are several problems that my government face in implementing this policy. There are unequal allocation of food resources, increased demand on food production system, rising food prices, food waste issues, and health nutrition problems. And these are the intervention to overcome the problems. There are funding initiative aimed at urban renewal and food security, standard food fortification, and additionally make a brief policy to benefit all sectors. The second one is the industry or the initiator. The role of industry in this policy is the central of the process, especially in the agriculture and farming sectors. Industry encompasses production, distribution, and consumption behavior, which will yield better outcomes if they comply with the policy and share the same awareness towards food security and sustainability goals. There are also several problems that might industry face. By implementing these problems, there are increased demands on food production system, financial constraint, decrease the ability to invest in improved technologies, environmental degradation, and high emission. And we come up with this intervention to overcome the problems with partnerships and investment, corporate social responsibility, implement standard food fortification, food label, and French law implementation. So the third one is health or the garden. As the garden, the health sectors plays a role in assessing the health issues and nutritional barriers that exist in the community. After conducting this assessment, the next step is to deliver these issues to the other sectors and contribute to the solution through research, implementation, and also health services. There are several problems that health might face by implementing this program. There are food safety and quality challenges, environmental degradation, malnutrition, and we came up with this intervention, promote awareness and education on the importance of nutritious food, advocate community needs, health clinic and services, and also research on health sectors.
Okay, next I want to explain about the university role as a food security guardian actually. So the university as a mediator, so the role of university itself is reflected with the 3 Dharma perguruan tinggi or 3 Dharma of university. So all of these pillars has its and it consists of education, research, and also the community service. Through these pillars, university bridge different sectors and simultaneously bring forth issue and also solution and acting as a mediators. So we facing the problem of the what university can actually do, and also what problem is actually quite similar, quite familiar in the environment. So for the first is lack of access essential technology. From the lack of the essential of its technology is the university can do some research and development of what actually the farmers have difficulties, like what the Kampung Mina Padi Sambarembe itself, they actually have research and development before, so they can implement it and actually spread the knowledge about the strategy, and also the consumer awareness, and also the sustainable of production. So for the intervention of it, we can do some research and development implementation like what I said before, and also the field study and also community services, and also advocates the real problem on the community. So in the advocates is also important point in this problem solving. Okay, next. And also the community as a advocator. So the community advocacy serves as a platform for the community itself to voice their concern, their interests, and also their advocate for their needs. And also this role involves identifying pressing issues within the community and also prioritizing them and bring them to the attention of relevant stakeholders. And also additionally, community play a vital role in raising awareness about the policies and initiative introduced by other services. And also, we're facing the problem that the community itself has low consumer awareness about their food, what they intake in daily intake, and also food waste is still high, and also the environmental degradation is it as well as okay, what we intervention of the community advocator is being aware and raising awareness, and also accomplish the policy and also family-centered program like no leftover food, meal planning, and etc. by paying attention to food, nutritious and nourishment, and also home composting like we did yesterday as maggot as a nutritious feed for the fish or etc. And also the community itself is also like we need to educate the people about the balanced diet and also nourishment that we can fight the stunting number in Indonesia. Next.
All right, next is all the problems and all the solutions might have a SWOT issue, which is strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. And for this policy, the strength is it's a collaboration approach which includes all the sectors, government, university, industry, health, and also community. And this will involve diverse expertise, innovation potential, and also holistic solutions. But the weaknesses might be the resource allocation and the overlapping responsibilities. As for resource allocation, government might have to divide the resource allocation accordingly to achieve this policy. And the opportunity have is public support, technological advancement, educational synergies. And the threats that we might face is political instability and also climate change.
All right. Hello, everyone. This was a great presentation, right? Yeah. I hope so. So, to implement this policy, there are some stages, some steps like the stakeholder engagement. So, there should be the establishment of a collaborative framework that includes the representatives from all the relevant sectors. So, it will facilitate the regular meetings, workshops, and communication channels to ensure continuous dialogue and input from all parties. So the second stage is the shared vision and objectives. So it will help in the development of a common understanding of the policy goals and objectives, and it will align the interest and priorities of each sector to create a unified vision for the policy. The third one is the resource and expertise sharing. So it will leverage the unique strengths and resources of each sector, such as funding, research capabilities, industry insights, and community knowledge. So it will promote the interdisciplinary collaboration to ensure comprehensive and well-rounded policy development. The last but not the least is implementation and monitoring. So it will design a clear implementation plan with defined roles and responsibilities for each sector, and it will establish monitoring and evaluation mechanisms to track progress, measure outcomes, and make necessary adjustments to the policy over time. Thank you.
This is
These are
our
the-
references, and thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Group 4s. And we'd like to hear the comments from judges. Bu Dian, Bu Ariani, Pak Hamim? No? Pak Hamim, okay. And welcome, Pak Gunadi.
Yeah, thank you very much for the very nice presentation. Yeah, just I wonder about your propose to have a family-centered program. So would you please to explain more detail about your proposed program, please? Yeah.
All right, okay. As far for my understanding, family-centered program, because we believe that food waste mostly come from the households, right? So family-centered program, we focus more on health and how we manage the food waste itself. And this is how we actually collaborate with others. And the family itself need to have education from our community, which is expertise from university and also health sector. So family-centered is basically where we're gonna start first. And to make it happen, it needs to collaborate with others' expertise as well. So that's how family-centered, because everything starts at homes, right? So that's why we focus on family-centered program.
All right. Okay. Congratulations for your presentation. I think it is interesting because you identify roles of each of those entities, like mediator, advocate, and those you just mentioned. So, and you also mentioned about your SWOT analysis. I think it's good. And my concern is about the weakness that you mentioned. Resource allocation is always it's limited. And did you guys and team have chance to discuss which do you think is the most challenging in terms of activating all of those roles in in each entities that you mentioned?
All right. All right. The most challenges is actually these issues has been a long-term issue that has not yet been resolved. And the issue is actually the policy is there, and maybe the intervention itself not collaborative with others. Or maybe the policy is there, but it's not being done, or it's not being, it's not as effective as it is. So we need the improvement of this policy, and it needs collaboration with other sectors as well. And it's need collaboration with all, actually. Everyone needs to aware that food security is an issue to make it possible.
All right, thank you.
So thank you so much, Group 4. Once again, give applause to Group 4s. And thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to bring back your laptop. And last but not least, we present Group 5. Where is Group 5? Thank you. Ini skornya kelihatan. Okay, Group 5. Yeah. So, actually, this is your pointers. Untuk next yang bawah, yang previous sebelumnya, lasernya bisa pakai. Right, so you only have 5 minutes to present your ideas. Focus on your recommendations and your SWOT. And your time starts now.
Have you ever wondered why, despite abundance of food production globally, yet there is still people suffer from hunger and malnutrition? Introducing our program,
Bantuan and Sosialisasi, a program for poor. So, hello everyone, we're from Group 5 and we will present our policy scenario assignment, and this is our team members. So without further ado, let's dive deep into our root causes. The first issue that we want to address is the unequal distribution of food resource, especially in developing countries. Despite sufficient global food production, yet there is still logistical challenges, political instability, and economic disparities that prevent equitability access to nutritious food throughout the world. And this leads into the widespread of malnutrition and food insecurity. Secondly, the problem that we want to address is food safety and food insecurity. No matter how nutritious food that we provide to the community, at the end of the day, if they don't have any knowledge about food safety and quality, it will be pointless. Poor food handling and storage practices can lead into contamination and spoilage, that negating the benefit of those nutritious food that we have been implemented. So,
okay, these are two examples of program implemented before that we used to our guideline to read from our new project. Previously, the Posyandu, which focused on nutrition, is just help in providing nutrients needs toward the community. However, how much can this secure daily needs, daily food needs? Secondly, Bolsa Familia, a financial assistance program conducted in Brazil that has significantly reduced extreme poverty and income inequality in this country. Okay, next. Moving to our arrangement program called Bantuan and Sosialisasi. Basically, this program targets to provide food kits toward the poor. Balanced nutrition meals will be given weekly or monthly in a visual non-cash, but the solid food. This is to prevent any misuse of money if it is in cash. Volunteer will be needed in terms of the successfulness of this plan. Secondly, the second part of this program is mainly targeted to increase community awareness and focus in food safety, food quality, and preventing the stunting. So during the distribution of kits, the education will be given and compulsory for the eligible receive to join the education in invention beforehand. By this, it would at least give them the urge to join the education program. Next.
Okay, so for our SWOT analysis, of course, every kind of program have their own pros and cons. So moving on to our strength first. First, we want to say that our program is really comprehensive and it combines both balanced food aids together with educational program that addressing both immediate and long-term needs. Second, it is non-tangible aids option. And lastly, our targeted population, the support for us to be given is directly toward the poor. So this may help them in terms of the cost itself that can improve their malnutrition status. And next is for the weaknesses. First is resource intensive. This program requires significant resources for food procurement, distribution, logistics, and educational material that will be hard to be found. And secondly, the dependency risk. If this kind of program is not, if it's just stay for a long time, the risk of the participant to be too dependent to this type of aid will make them they don't really care about their work anymore. And lastly, high cost will lastly, high cost that as the approach may require a high amount of cost, especially for the startup phase. And for the opportunities that this program can be given is, of course, public-private partnerships. Secondly, technology integration and scalability. Lastly, threats that can be found in this kind of program is first funding instability that of course dependent in the market fluctuation. And second, political and bureaucratic hurdles. And lastly, cultural barriers. And for the next slide, I will pass to Kalista.
Okay, so to shorten the time, we have two future goals, our future recommendations, which is the local food production initiative. In this recommendation, we will implement community gardens or farming like what we visited in Pakem. And this addresses a sustainable food distribution issue and reduce reliance on external resources. This is a more sustainable recommendation, but it will be much more harder. And then the second recommendation is cultural food festival. It is to celebrate local food cultures. This already happened in all over the world. For example, is the one that celebrates garlic in the Europe or other places, and then help overcome cultural barriers to promote community. So these two are our future recommendations. Thank you.
All right, so thank you for your attention. We look forward for any question and feedbacks. Thank you.
Okay, please. Pak Gunadi, do you want to give short comments? Dinyalain dulu, ditunggu sebentar baru.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Yopi. So, actually, is there any specific differences between your problem with other group?
So basically, like we just want to focus on two main problems from the article, which is the
inequalities and the food safety.
Yeah.
So we picked just two main problems.
Or it's different, totally different with other group, or similar?
Actually, it's just similar because we got the same case study.
Oh, the same case.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how about the solution? You offer to the case. It's similar to with other group, or you have
for
any
us,
novelty?
I think like for us, we have our own characteristic of this program itself, because this program is actually an improvement from previous program that because we implemented two main problems, which is the
inequality
about the cost and also
safety.
the safety.
Okay.
So this program called BASO because it's both bantuan and also the sosialisasi. So basically, basically, because like previously, if we see like any kind of help in terms of financially for those poor, there will not be any like kind of specific intervention together combined to help them understand more about nutritious food, food safety, and so on and so forth. So by implementing this kind of program, I think that they will have the urge, the needs to actually join to have at least knowledge about the food safety and food insecurity.
Okay.
So they can improve their knowledge.
So
of
what
that.
is the most challenge?
So
to
basically
implement
the
your
challenges
program?
is actually like to have the cost itself, obviously, and also for the staff
No,
itself.
I mean to implement, the challenge to implement your program. The cost?
Yeah, of course.
What do you mean the cost here?
So basically, because we want to give them the helps in terms of financial. So in terms of financial, because that this program, we actually we want to like give the poor monthly or weekly helps in terms of the food, but not in cash, instead in the form of solid food. So basically, if this really like will be implemented in the future, so the cost will be higher, especially in developing countries. And we know like developing countries, financial is not really stable. So I think like the main cost of this program is of course the cost, because
yeah, I mean, why if when you understand the problem in the cost to implement your
what will be the intervention for the?
Then why did you suggest such solution.
Oh, so
Okay, so the first problem is inequalities, right? That means
Yeah.
some people do get much more than the others. So we provide the BASOS because we provide for those who don't get, the one that is unequal. The one who already get, we obviously doesn't provide for them because they already got the food itself. And then there's also food safety. That's where we touch the socializations. In this, in our program, we do both. The BA and the I'm sorry. The BA is the bantuan sosial and the so is the socialization. When we teach them the food contaminations or other types of problem that might cause this food safety itself. And that's how we come up with the solutions.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
All right. I think a very short comment. Thank you very much. I think all of us love bakso, right? Who doesn't? So except a weird person. So yeah, we love bakso. And yeah, I got your idea that to ensure the equity of the food, yeah, everybody gets the food. And I just want to highlight what you just mentioned about improving the previous program. That is, I agree that is really important, that we need to take a look what did we have and then get the data, valid data, and then we start from there. That is very important. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And that's also one thing that we mentioned during discussion.
Actually, that was exactly, we didn't take a look at each other's note, but that's exactly what I have, because I think there's already so many programs, so many apps in Indonesia, and it's always new. But I appreciate that you based on something that is already existing. So I actually would like to know, again, how do you come into this? What was the process that you know, was it from a SWOT analysis that you have done before to come to this? Because I think that was quite unique to your group compared to the other ones where you recognize the already existing program and make something to improve it.
So basically, because like we, in our discussion, we actually go through like some intervention that has been made and we see like what is the weaknesses of that program. So from our discussion, we found out that if it's a cash solution given, there will be like a significant amount of the participant that misuse the money itself, and not only the participant, not only the receiver, but also the one who handles the program itself. And also after like a while, we also count out with article that say some of the participants don't really know how actually like the healthy food are. They feel like it's already healthy, but it's actually not nutritious, more like towards calorie dense.
So it's about knowledge improvement, education.
Yes.
So I guess my question is then, even though it's good that you start from something that is already existing, so what is innovative about your program then?
I don't know if this is a very innovative move, but one thing that we want to highlight is most of the programs usually, this is the reality, unfortunately. Most of the program usually happened with a certain objective, like, for example, before the elections. And we realized that we don't want that kind of program. What we want is a sustainable program that will be a long-term solution that will happen for a period of time, not only for that before election period of time. That's one thing. And the second of all is that we combined the bantuan sosial and the socialization. What we mean in here is that we're not only giving, but we also teach them to be more sustainable. So that in the long term, which is the end of our presentation, we mentioned that the best welfare is the one that they don't need it. So our goal is to stop this welfare as soon as possible after the society has become independent by themselves. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Last group 5, give applause, everyone. Okay, so You may back to your seat, everyone, and thank you so much for our judges. Give applause to our judges, Pak Hamim, Bu Dian, Bu Ariani, and also Prof. Gunadi. Thank you so much. And while we are waiting for the results of your presentations, I have a short after movie regarding your field activity from Monday to yesterday. Okay, so Mas Heru, please play the video. Okay, so actually I will share the video in the WhatsApp group, so make sure you don't leave the WhatsApp group, right? And I got the information from the committee that we have 4 prizes for 4 groups. 3 prizes to first, second, and third, and last we have the favorite groups. And the easiest way to choose and to elect the group, I have Mentimeters. Mas Heru, can you show us? Okay, so it's quite simple, guys. You can also for our friends who join online, please open your browser and type menti.com. You can use your devices and your another things, and please enter the menti.com. Use the code 59169521, and the rules is please choose your favorite group based on their ideas and performances. The highlight is it is prohibited to elect your own groups. Okay, for example, you are from group 5, is not allow you to choose group 5. Okay, so you have to choose another groups. And I have 3 minutes start from now. Okay, go to menti.com, use the code 9616 9521 and choose your favorite groups. I have 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes to choose which one is your favorite groups. And you are not allowed to select your own group. For example, you are from group 4, is not allow you to choose group 4. 69169521. Nggak bisa. Sebentar sih. Bentar ya. Oh, oke, siap. Sebentar. Oke, bentar. Sabar. Kok tadi bisa ada yang bisa ngevote ya? Hasilnya udah kasih. Mas, tambahkan lagi dong. Oke, kita ulang ya. Yuk, so let's restart again. Masa nggak bisa? Bisa lah. Bisa, tadi ada yang bisa ngevote kok. Yuk. Menti.com 616916. Nah, itu bisa. Soalnya ada yang online juga, Bu. Bisa nggak? Bu, hari ini bisa nggak, Bu? Bisa. Ini udah. Bisa. Kenapa? Oke. Ya, kita ini skip dulu aja ya. Sepertinya agak kurang berhasil. Okay, so actually the committee has already got the results of your presentations. We will announce first for the third, second, and first. And the one who will give the information is Prof. Gunadi as the head of academic internationalizations. And also Prof. Gun, please give closing remarks to our beloved participant who join offline and also online.
Okay, thank you very much, Mas Yopi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Finally, after 2 weeks summer course in Kecamada University and outreach activities, of course, we have the best 3 group. Yeah, I mean among all the group is best, but we have to choose from the best. So best of the best. Yeah, if you have the album for the music also, right? There is a best of the best always. And for first of all, thank you for the judge, Bu Dian, Mbak Ariani, Pak Hamim. For it's actually we have very tough discussion to decide who will be the third, the second, and the first winner of the final assignment. And for the third winner, Group 9. Okay. Please, the representative of Group 9. I think not representative. Please all of the Group 9. Oh, I think one of the member is vokalis of Sarjito. Muda. Okay. Yeah, please. There is no, Mas Yopi, there is no entertainment again, no? Because there is a vokalis of. Okay, and about the second winner of the final presentation will be Group 1. Give applause, Group 1. Please come to the front, Group 1, all the members of the Group 1. Yeah. Congratulations, Group 1. And finally, the best of the best. Please. Group 10. Okay, please come to the front. Okay, I invite Bu Dian to give. Okay, to give apa itu? Cash, money? Oh no, okay, I think. GoPay, no? Okay. Oh, surprise. Okay. To Group 3, Bu Dian, please. Yang grup 1, yang juara ini geser dulu. Yang apa? Grup 3 di tengah. Lain geser dulu. Mau di video sama di foto. Silakan. Ya. Oke. Foto dulu, foto.
Jadi punya kelas gini juga.
Consultation. Makasih Bu Dian. Selamat ya. Tetap di situ, stay in the front. Okay, please group through. I invite Bu Ariani to give present. Silakan Bu Ariani. Give applause to group berapa ini tadi? Grup berapa ya? Grup 1. Ya. Oke. Ada lagi? Ya. Mungkin itunya di tengah kali ya. Yang pegang itu di tengah. Kamu di in the middle. Ya. Ya, oke. Oke. Oke, congratulations again. Now please group. Oh ya, selamat ya. Selamat. Sorry nggak lihat. Group 10, please. Saya sendiri nih Mas Ucok. Congratulations ya, again for all.
Okay guys, you may back to your seat. Now it's time to closing remarks from Prof. Gunadi.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we have 2 minutes for closing. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Again, thank you very much for joining us summer course. The first summer course into 2024, because we will have the next summer course in October, November, I think, the second summer course. And thank you for the judge, Mbak Dian, Mbak Ariani, and also all committee. Yeah, without all of you, I think it's impossible to run summer course every year. And every year there is 2 summer course. I think it's a very tough task for all of us. And we do hope please answer there is a survey ya, Mas Yopi ya. There is a survey to participants. Okay, please frankly fill in the questionnaire to improve our course for the next hour course. Okay, thank you very much. And I think they holiday right now. Yeah. Or you from the overseas you will return tomorrow, or you still have several days here in Jogja? Oh, Sunday you will return to your country. Okay, enjoy Friday and Saturday and safe flight, and see you in the next course. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So thank you so much, Prof. Gunadi. Guys, because of technical problems, so we will cancel the elective of favorite group, right? Okay. I'm so sorry. And before I close this summer course 2024, I would like to remind you that please check your ELOC, because there are a lot of asynchronous assignment that you have to do the assignment to get the electronic certificate and also get the academic transcript. And then the committee is already prepared for your recorded video in your ELOCs. And don't forget to do the quiz start from today at 8 p.m. until July 4th at 11 p.m. Okay, don't forget to do the quiz start from today at 6 p.m. until July 4th at 11 p.m. There are around 100 questions. And you have around 120 minutes to do the quizzes. Okay, and please don't forget to bring all your belongings and send our gratitude to your faculty member at your home university. And then please connect each other after you finish the summer course. And Prof. Gunadi said that in the end of 2024, we also have another summer course that will discuss about the climate health and community empowerment on October 4th and November 1st week. Okay, so on behalf of the committee, we said thank you so much for coming and joining with us, and thank you so much for our friends using online. And last but not least, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, bye bye everyone. Thank you so much. And then we invite all the participants to come forward to join the photo session. Okay. Ya, Mas Mbak Panitia, monggo kami undang untuk bisa bergabung. Mas Heru, Mas Teten ini bisa digeser ya? Iya, ya. Okay, maybe some of you, because the limitation of